I can feel it all. There is hope, there is hope in my heart, in my soul, even when the road feels long. There is hope, there is hope.
Test. Can you hear me okay? Oh yeah, all good. Perfect. So, immediately looking at this, yes, Herbal 63. Not interested. Gold, Herbal 33, not interested. Sideways movement. Oil just opened, sold off. Herbal 50, not interested. We have news that cleared close to an hour ago. Not much is going on. Overnight, quite a strong buying, not gonna lie. 4K delta. Let's see what RTH brings. If it doesn't bring any activity, I'm just gonna call it early, not gonna place any trades. Crude I can't even trade, so I'm not gonna even look at it.
I trade one micro contract only.
Step by step, I'm moving on, holding on till the dawn. I let go of yesterday. I'm okay. I'm okay. There is hope in my heart, in my soul, even when the night feels cold. There is hope, there is hope. Hold on tight, just better days are on than me. Trance music plays. Let yourself go. Dream. Listen to your trance music plays. Let yourself go. Dream. Listen to your heart. Trance music plays. Let yourself go. Dream.
Right or right out.
Listen to your trance music plays. Let yourself go. Dream. Whispers running around my mind. The walls are closing, I'm trapped inside. The ground keeps shaking. Feels like there's no escaping. I try to call you, I can't get through. But in the crowd, I still look for you. Where are you hiding? For you, I'll keep on fighting. So tell me if there's a way that you can save me. Right now I need you to be by my side. 'Cause I can't take another sleepless night. Sleepless night without you. Without you, without you, without you. Without you, without you, without you. 'Cause I can't take another sleepless night. Sleepless night without you. I hear your voice, but it's wearing thin. The air Can you see this light between us? Keeps me closer now. It's in our eyes. It's in our eyes. It's in our eyes. One night, we do it right, it's a lifetime of bright lights. I'll keep deep down into your eyes. Wake me up in the blinding light of dawn. I think of all the ones I love. Higher power, take me home.
I call it a day after 3 losers in a row.
If I'm drifting, say that you will be there. Hope you listen. Say
Oi, oi, oi. 4 minutes until the open. We have this distribution right here. 4.4k overnight delta. Quite a decent amount of buying, not a lot of selling. We're just balancing out in this node. Let's see what open brings. Our wall 62. Not exciting. Gold also in the range. Just broke out from +2 on the day.
I take 10 minutes break after every trade.
A decent amount of buying on gold. 1200 cumulative delta. Broke above this +2 mark. Building a tiny node. I don't know if we're gonna last up here, but with our wall 33 I don't really want to participate. Low R wall equals lesser participation equals longer hold, more chop. No thank you. Crude is also in a range, contracting like that. Since the open we sold low but then brought it back up on cumulative. Anyway, I can't really trade crude, so I'm not gonna even analyze it. We're open. Okay. Buying continues on RTH, 700 delta. We have this blob of the open, we are above it. $300 on the bid. VWAP. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's so small. I don't want to zoom in. If I have to zoom in, that's a bad sign. Arwolf 61. We went from 1000 delta to 200. So there's some aggressive selling going on. But the price is holding. That's a bull sign.
Think of your trading like a ship at sea. A trader whose size is too large in bad conditions is no different from a captain who refuses to trim his canvas. Both end up underwater.
Thank you, Derek. Have another blob of volume here. Yeah, just sideways movement.
I was not a quant. My quant is asleep still. It's pretty early up here on the West Coast. All right, there goes NQ. I think this is a little bit of a better follow through here. Let's see if we can continue. Oh, just kidding. Right back up.
I'm telling you, it is a little bit of a speedy, swipey open here. And we're almost 5 minutes in, and it's still moving like it's 8:30 and 8 seconds. I started
we went from
trading
0
at the age of like
plus 400
17.
in a split second.
2000?
I was in the 6th or 7th grade of that year, sir.
Is this like the year 2000? Oh, you're saying you were in 6th
It's
grade?
dying down a bit, I'm not sure.
I fell in love with trading in the 6th grade, and then by the time I was like a senior in high school is when I started actually trading.
So you knew about the stock market in 6th grade.
The teacher brought in the newspaper every day for like a couple weeks, and we watched, 3M, and Microsoft, and IBM, and whatever prices fluctuate. And I made my parents that night after the teacher brought that in. I had never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. I made my parents drive me to Books A Million, and I bought a book on markets and trading. Started studying it. I still got that book. It's kind of like a sentimental
Drifting lower.
Yeah, not much to do here at the open.
We're still
Retracement. Yeah, look for it, Logan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yes, please.
we went back to delta zero.
Guys, that's what I was
Sir.
saying.
Sir,
All right, there we go.
I had my finger over the past 3 minutes or so was trying to
GC plus 2 touch.
like it just
What happens when we get to the overnight low? A deeper pullback.
the name of the book was Rolling Stock
Okay, minus 400 delta. Selling pressure increased. You can see the uptick
I like the cover of it.
in ticks, in activity. It's a good sign, love to see it.
Horizontal support resistance. That's essentially what I got from that book, was that there were these, the thesis was like, look, there's these blue chip stocks that are kind of boring and
Minus 1000 delta now.
tend to trade in kind of trading ranges over years, right? This is not like a day trading book.
I want to zoom in.
He's kind of saying, look, you can kind of pick up
Mm,
more at the low end of some of these
as
ranges.
far as I'm gonna go.
Big dividend-paying blue chip companies are in, and yeah. Not a recommendation to get the book or anything. It was just that's the one that I started with.
Never let a single position decide your future.
Interesting.
I'm still shook over how good that got it.
We opened up, the bands are expanding. VWAP is pointing downwards, the slope is quite steep downwards, went from plus 1000 to minus 1000. This is now a bearish sign. Not very enthusiastic about trading RWOL 65 though. But so far, we opened up, we expanded the bands to the downside. So fading this is not wise unless we get some more information. It's quite strong buying. -1 is a good place to reoffer, but yeah, if it does, then we have and it continues going down, we will have a confirmed established imbalance down, and -1 later on will be a potential area to reoffer if we open up. Then we have decent amount of activity actually, judging by this gauge here.
Trying a little in Q short here.
I do like that it's holding -1. Kinda wanna try short, but -60. I mean 60 RWOL. I'm gonna try it
Just scaled some.
Good spot.
in the hopes that it's going to continue pushing down.
That's either it or they're gonna have a higher energy wipeout for this trade. And so that'll be it. But if you are trading,
Not a good sign for me. This buying.
you cannot be
Wanted to scale a little bit, but
things about it that people don't realize is
I
that
did not.
if you are using the mouse, your eyes have to go find
Okay.
your monitor will say where
Okay, I took some off.
sure it's over.
Down to a runner.
Click, and if you want to click something else, you have to use your eyes. Don't look at price action anymore or order flow anymore. Footprint chart anymore, whatever you're using. You have to go find your mouse with your eyes.
If you risk too much, you'll trade scared. You'll watch every tick. You'll panic at every wobble. That kind of trading destroys your judgment. But if your risk is small, you can watch the tape with a cool head. You can trade breathe, let it develop, because you know the worst case is still manageable. And here's the cruelest irony. The men who risk too much often do it because they want the success fast. They can't wait for the grind of steady profits. But by risking too much, they burn out and fail before they ever get the chance to build something lasting. It's the patient man who risks little but risks often, who wakes up years later with the fortune. Which road do you want?
Thank you, Dirk. The gold, after pushing the extreme, went back into the range. My entry was quite late, not gonna lie, but it doesn't matter, I took some, it's all that matters.
Alex, absolutely. You can use hotkeys to have various quantity buttons. I have quantity buttons, I have cancel orders, I have flatten all, I have toggle on and off bracket orders, I have buy market sell market.
Let's see, so we did have minus one here and we sold off. Is this going to be the same? Can I re-enter? Although I am on a break for a minute and a half, I can't even re-enter.
Setting up hotkeys, it's not hard. You just choose the buttons you want. For me, it's control with my left thumb. Sometimes if I get tired of using the
But
thumb,
this is quite strong buy up.
but the control with the left
Point of control
plus whatever I'm doing
shifted
right now,
to
that's kind of the escape.
81.
And then on my right hand, it's depending on the platform. I'll just give you a
Yeah, I'm still on a break for a minute, I can't get in. But if it holds, that's good to see. Our wall is still shit. Minus one is holding, so I'm not going to fade it. I don't want to fade it.
Stream Deck has a problem. I have a Stream Deck sitting right in front of me. I use it, but I don't use it for trading. The buttons are problematic for trading. It really matters. There's a lot of money involved, and it's mission critical stuff. Stream Deck will give you, you'll press it, it'll give you two presses. Zero presses. It is unreliable in terms of a pure physical thing. It's nowhere as close to reliability as a nice mechanical keyboard. Stream Deck's cool. I got one. I use it.
The buyers are defending price by the looks of it. We went from minus 2000, minus 1600 back to zero pretty much.
Batteries, Bluetooth.
Point of control shifted. There's an LVN around RTH VWAP right here. could be a spot
Don't bounce, then
to see if we are in the down day or
break lower.
rotational.
Bounce here.
-1 still seems to be holding. Sellers are stepping on the gas pedal right here, it looks like. -200.
Well, it's like deja vu from one of the trades I took last
If
week.
they're going to succeed or not, that's another thing. If it keeps holding above right here, then it can obviously push back up.
First get better, then get bigger, then get broader.
Because we are moving away from -2.
That puts us in a downtrend for.
It's still sloped to the downside.
If we break back well
Same with
above that,
VWAP.
then we're rotational for the session.
So let's see if
Back into
VWAP
that range,
holds.
that puts the upper
If it's
end
gonna
of
get
the
slides
range.
through with no regard, that's an indication of a
Yes,
rotational day. And in which case we can look to fade extremes.
Yes, ME. I usually
This is not very strong. Usually you get something like -1. Let's say it push down, -1 again, and then further push down. Right now it's struggling to do that. So we went from -165 back to -700. Sellers are trying, but kind of running out of steam unless they press in again. Just looking at -240, -120, -74, -176. They're definitely pressing. My runner got stopped, obviously, but I'm fine with that.
see how we react here. Yes is holding much better here. Q can attempt a reversal now.
Right, buyers coming in with aggressive
Yeah, oh, look at that. It's a little bit
buy up. We still have LVN at 87.
right off that 260 area. So that's 260 is what we really need to break.
Let's see if RTH VWAP is going to hold.
Watching is forms reject, forms no acceptance, indicate that we can keep volume lower.
We're still negative on the day on the cumulative delta, but there has been a lot of buying.
Go back to the top of the range. Which yes, looking like it wants to do that.
So far, VWAP seems to be holding. Nope. Or? RTH VWAP. RTH VWAP. Will you hold? Doesn't look like it. I would say it's not holding. We went
I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation.
plus 50 on the day, back to 30 to plus 120. Yeah. Looks rotational. So the best thing to do would be to probably fade extremes in this environment. Also looking at slope, red, green, red, green, red, green. Same here, red, green. I mean, obviously you can see that in the price action as well, but just trying to force it into my head to not do something stupid. Also, if I find the position again, I will probably not have a runner and will just exit the entire position straight away. So VWAP is pretty much disregarded. There was an attempt, but it failed.
Here, I don't think there's no answer. There's no blanket answer to that question, asking if there's good opportunities during the day versus do we feel that the open is the best odds. There's just no answer to that. It just depends on what are the best conditions for your trading style, and have you put in the work to figure that out, right? And yeah, of course, at the beginning, you don't know, and that's why you do what was Christian's advice this morning to Credelli's question around advice for a trader trying to make it or something, and he talked about you went a little different direction than I thought you were going with it, but
Wow.
the first thing out of your mouth was something about like
Someone lifted very heavy.
iterating and over like
250, 350.
that's what it was.
Yeah, you can
And
see
it's like,
that.
you gotta collect the data on your trading, right? I don't care if you use a spreadsheet or whatever tool or whatever, a Notion database, whatever. You gotta collect the data on your trading and start to learn. Do you have a time of day where certain setups tend to perform best? Make sure that there's adequate sample size before you make that judgment. There's a lot of random noise in that data. So yeah, I can't answer that question for you, but I can tell you how to approach you being able to answer it for yourself. I personally do not have a lot of time of day, like, oh, this is the best time of day. For me, as a for a Nadro style trader, scalping obviously the success of scalping kind of correlates with volatility. Like if you're trading in a market that's got good moves, good momentum, good clean price action, you can do well and will do well, and won't do well when a market's stuck in the mud and really trading real choppy and nasty. For my standard Nadro intraday position trading, things like that, there's no 2 a.m. versus the open. There's no standout time of day for me. Wasn't there divergence between price and delta at the bottom? Says Arthur. Yeah, there was a slight divergence if you look at kind of price making this lower low versus delta not. I mean, only making a low by a little bit of a tick or so. That's not a major divergence. It's just
Cutting losses is an act of courage, not defeat. It's saying, I value my future more than my pride. It's saying, I'd rather take a controlled wound today than bleed to death tomorrow.
am looking for by any means. It's too subtle.
Thank you, Derek.
I look for that to NQ.
Alright, so yes, it's pushing out. Now, when we get that first pullback to create a higher low, that's when we'll see if there will be a period of acceptance, which we're holding above this 94, 96 resistance. If it's supported, then that can give us a consolidation that can, if anything, shoot up straight up, of course, but if we can form some acceptance to that strong, then we can continue higher into 7,000.
It's pretty strong buying, not gonna lie.
Next area of interest that I have. If above that, we have probably high. I don't think it'll be that easy. Tomorrow, Yankees into a major test here.
It just sucks when a market runs from below the second standard deviation, the negative, the -2 below, all the way up to the +2 without a single minuscule pullback. Right? Either you were stalking this idea and you were in from these lows, or there's just literally
This is definitely a change of character, this buying.
kind of talk about, well, okay,
Something that I need to adjust my lens towards.
what happens if we fail to hold below the 310 to 320 zone? Okay, we're back in the range. We go test the highs as we talked about. But how do I need to access that trade? I need a pullback. I needed it to get into VWAP here and maybe come back to that 310 to 320 zone. Then I can buy it. Maybe there's weak selling on the pullback or something with the delta, and I get what's called an extreme fade setup for Nadro, and I can take it. If it just goes there in a straight line, I get no access to that idea, even though that is literally the idea that we presented, 20 minutes ago.
Yes, took out Friday high. It did not. So we cannot hold this first high low pullback. Then we will go back into the range, remain range bound, and we create a higher low here in the ES as we back test that resistance. Then maybe we can build a little bit of structure up here and then set up a continuation much higher. But have to wait for that now.
I bought this small pullback. Scaled some right there. Let's see this second 30 minutes of the day, the B period for you market profile folks. Let's see it take out yesterday's value high, yesterday's week high, the overnight range area. It's just a very ripe area for at least stop run. So that's I'm hunting stops here with this position.
The hardest part is trusting that doing nothing is the right move. But that's where professionalism begins.
That's it.
Mark that low. Morning is done. Oh, look at John. Too easy, he says. Bought the easy low and sold the easy high.
You can apply at apterostrading.com as an experienced trader with a track record. If you do that consistently, John, you are the vacuum.
Here's that higher low attempt. So far we're holding a little bit sideways. This would be the third higher high on the 4 hour, which is really the ES, which is really what sees a top of a trend.
Something similar happens at the highs to what happened here. Just a mirrored action.
This may not be enough consolidation for me to consider a long versus medium up higher. That's just a small, 5 candle on the 2 minute. On the 5 minute, that's
Right, they're really just about to press this little stop run or fail. Bunch of selling, but a little bit of absorption there. More selling. These type of setups used to be easier than they are now in my career of trading. Used to be when a market pressed up like that, you could just put the check in the bank that it was going to be the stop run, and it would just kind of happen cleanly, in a sense. Boy, these days, and there it is, boom, right there. There's the stop run, big positive delta. And so I'm just looking for the end of my goodness.
look at that. Wow.
So I'm just looking for the exit door. Take it there. So notice my
Oh yeah.
Notice my 2 trades today. One, I was shorting to go take out overnight. So some guy talks about bought the overnight and sold the overnight high. Technically, that's a better trade than what I've done here today. But what I did is throw it out there so you guys learn a different approach. I hunted the stop
Cutting losses is an act of courage, not defeat. It's saying, I value my future more than my pride.
Okay, +1 held.
Kind of about to be that guy, but I think it's the algos. For years and years and years, I'm like, guys, don't do a cop out and say it's the algos. But genuinely, I really do think that there are simply, it's not necessarily the algos, it's probably the algos. Around major areas of obvious stop runs. I believe that there are now, because of what a cleaner edge that some of these algorithms and whatnot have found that I've known about for a decade, there are more plays. There are people disrupting that, manipulating it, trying to take advantage of it and whatnot, which makes for a messier trade, right? That's all I'm saying. So
I'll wait for the pullback to +1
easier to kind of hunt stops.
and see if the buyers appear,
I've liked
and then maybe try a position on. Gonna go make a coffee in the meantime.
just like numbers and bars and candlesticks and patterns, but thinking of the market in terms of participants and where they're positioned and where inventory is and where there's people that are vulnerable, where there's people experiencing pain. You know, Lance Beggs was who first taught me to think of markets in that way. And then all of a sudden, you layer in auction market theory on top of that, and that really shaped me as a trader.
Now that we're seeing follow through, waiting for a better pullback. Some consolidation up here. We can still shoot right back down. This is not enough. There really hasn't been enough consolidation here to form acceptance. This 3-5-minute candle is not enough. Or 2 5-minute candles for NQ. I think yes, I agree.
Uyi2G Forever comes in and says, stop with the conspiracy theory. That was a regular breakout. I agree, it was fairly regular for today, but I was talking a bit more about the microstructure, if you will, the very, very short term. And just a pattern, an evolution and change of the way things behave on a very, very short-term basis today versus how they did 10 years ago. That's all. Way to go, muscle.
Oh, that's great.
Do you have a give back rule, American Muscle? No, algos are not programmed on retail trading platforms. You and I, as more retail traders, can program our own algos, but those are not the things moving and making waves in the actual markets. That's just us little krill moving around the whales. Minimum track record, I assume you're talking about for Apteros. It needs to be, if it's really, really good, then 6 months is a nice threshold to be over. Sample size matters. If you only took one trade a month for 6 months, well then we're not interested.
An edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another.
What is it? My short was too late.
It's about time we started.
Okay. This is definitely not what I expected.
Oh, that was funny. Alright, so I tried getting into the short, but as soon as I press sell, I think he dumped a little bit.
Oh,
So let's
wow.
get some partials here. Okay,
Wow.
so I got partials here into 1.2R.
3.3k into fucking 500. Okay,
This
buddy.
is now looking like a rotational if we continue lower. Remember, I was looking for that higher low pullback in ES, and I kept sharing that we needed some acceptance up here to sort of create a more sustainable structure to then create a
VWAP.
sustainable move higher. And this little 2-minute,
gonna hold.
this 2-candle 5-minute consolidation was not enough. So I tried looking for a short here on my 90-minute reversal setup, but as soon as I got in, I was doing a market order. As soon as I got in, NQ dumped a little bit, so my order got filled a little bit late. I was still able to take, on that entry, I was still able to take partials into 1.2R. And so my risk is paid for. If you do remain in a
Strong
resistance
buying,
market,
that's
then
for sure.
NQ can come back down all the way to support. I won't be holding my breath for that, but we had the setup here that I was looking for. I just don't know what half off. But my risk is paid for now, so I don't really, when I take half off, I don't really care what happens after. I know it sounds weird, but
It doesn't sound weird.
no, okay. I guess just people, I tend to see people continue to stress about where price can go and if they can reach their targets. To me, maybe I've reached a place where I just trust my system that I don't care if it stops out now or if it does reach out to my targets, like I did what I had to do.
B. Adam, Aaron, is day trading something that can remain consistent money? I mean, what do you think we're doing here? What do you like I have I've taught people how to day trade. I've worked on proprietary trade desk in New York City where everyone walks around making $1 million a year day trading. I mean, it's yes, you can make money day trading. Revolution. Sorry to give you a hard time, but yes. Would this move be considered a stop run? It is in its own right, absolutely. Anytime you're taking out a recent swing or things like that, it's a form of a stop run. Heck, even candle to candle, you can see that sometimes where there's a capitulation candle and it seems like there's a reversal. There's a lot of people like myself and whatnot that are positioned, and it's a stop run if you go take out that wick, of a candle like T-Trades talks about and stuff. So absolutely, the more significant, the more higher time frame, the more multiple swing highs and swing lows that
Let's
comprise
have a bit of a recency bias from yesterday.
the more significant the inventory correction is of stocks.
Some selling
taken
getting
out and
absorbed.
being put on the sidelines. So yeah, the market loves to do this where, okay, we start the day, we trend lower, that
Wow.
becomes a peak into a weekly VWAP and fails below the overnight lows, fails breakdown. Now we're in more of a bullish posture, rotational to bullish.
Quite absorption.
Failure, what we call
Minus 300, minus 250, minus 250. Price is not moving.
has happened off the lows.
We're back to zero.
Bullish slant to the market.
On the cumulative delta, I don't like how aggressive this is. Usually that means aggressive side will win. But let's see. If we flip positive on cumulative delta, maybe I will take a trade.
Absolutely a stop run at that 380 level.
Never
So
commit all your
far,
capital at once.
RTH VWAP is holding.
Decide. All right. Now going forward, is that really just a failure to break down 380?
It's not a lot of buying.
Or we actually bring a hold and sustain below 380, and then stay rotational, which puts 500 back on the.
Yeah, I guess
315 back on
now
the,
there is.
the table again.
And we pumped. Fuck. Okay. I did not. I hesitated because there was no strong buying, but the price was moving up.
I don't think he knows that, guys.
And then by the time it was strong, we were already so much higher.
I was looking for longs into support.
Yeah. Okay, well, good to know that RTH VWAP held.
I was looking for a short at this time.
So maybe if we revisit it, that would be an opportunity again.
Not get that.
I will not get all worked up about it.
Form acceptance up here, like if ES can now truly see a hold up here, which is now a potential wedge, then that can now create a sustainable move higher into maybe prior week high, which is something I'm interested in. But you know, I need to wait for that structure. So far we didn't hit it. There was a good opportunity for a short, and so I took it, and risk is financed. We're looking to see if ES can create a wedge here to then look for a directional long, because we didn't see any follow through so far into the break attempt back into the range. So if we're now going to form acceptance up here, and buyers are going to move up from where? From here, from
Okay, I do have a little bit of FOMO, but
a little consolidation.
the move is gone.
Energy for that breakout
Shouldn't
push
really
to
buy
take
up
place,
there.
and then we can get a move up into 7,000.
So I'm just gonna chill.
The next zone I have.
and eat my Kinder Bueno.
Move my stop down to 0.5 R. Let's see if we can get a little wedge structure here in ES for a long. If it pushes out directly from here, there's no real way for me to manage risk on that idea.
Are you from the Bayou trades? Are you from a Bayou?
That's me or somebody in the chat.
The chat. Bayou trades.
Oh, is that a service?
What? What did you say?
Is that a service? Bayou trades? No? Or are you talking about the actual
You know what a
place?
Bayou is?
Yeah, you're talking about the place. I just as their username, so I thought that's what it was.
I just want to make sure
What
that
did
you
he
know.
say?
I don't. You know, you out there in LA, you might not know what a Bayou is. I don't know. That's okay.
You might not know what a taco is.
That's
in
right.
Where you're at, you know.
That's right.
So
Has he answered yet? I think so.
when the EMAs are pointing upward at 9 and 20, why short? Because if we're in a rotational market, those EMAs will turn back down. What can it get me to get long after those EMAs are pointing upward? Well, we need acceptance at resistance. And so far, we're not seeing that exactly in ES. We did see like a full breakdown attempt, right? We attempted lower and
Nice.
reversal right back up. So if this doesn't form acceptance, then the way I see it, a consolidation, a wedge here, and it continues higher, then really there's no way for me to engage on that setup unless I was ready to buy this potential fail breakdown.
Admitting error hurts the ego, but ignoring it costs the account. The professionals accept pain early to avoid agony later. The amateurs hide from small discomfort until it grows into disaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you.
Longest bridge in the United States across Lake Pontchartrain, I think. Anywho, the reason I asked is because we read a cool book that I love, and I maybe assume that you know, and that's why I wanted to ask if you were from that area. To the kids around Christmas time, it's The Cajun Night Before Christmas. Chad, do you guys know this one? The Cajun Night Before Christmas. It's like written in a Cajun dialect. And it's, about this little family that's, the kids are nestled on the floor.
Oh, we are back at these highs, but delta-wise we're so much lower. Not the best look.
It's pretty cute book.
Unless we go back to RTH and
Take on the night before Christmas.
start taking off again. RTH VWAP, that is.
Entertained me with my questions about to buy you.
Come back down here, hitting low. This is where we can now start to form a acceptance or a wedge for my process here. We have a swing high on the 2 minute here, swing high, we have a swing low, we have a lower high, we're now retracing to create a higher low. So we're forming that wedge structure here. If we hold up here and
I mean, it does look like a ranging day, honestly. It doesn't look like a
acceptance, and we can now
imbalanced day up.
move into the next target at 7,018.
RTH VWAP did hold,
If this
for
fails
now
lower,
anyway.
then I do think we're going to push back
It
down
didn't
into
hold,
the
there was
bottom of the
a
range.
change in
And
character
you
in
believe
this
that
move up.
lower
+1 held,
and
sold
bring
off
us
to
back down
RTH
to
VWAP,
260. So
held.
let's see if that does take place.
Are we gonna be able to hold this the second time? If we are, I'm gonna
There,
take it.
goes to the bayou.
If we are not,
Austin, I was just about to sing that. That is, you were ready with it. I was literally about to sing that. That's funny. The Bayou Trader had asked, do I use any initial balance?
Back
or
to delta
opening range?
neutral.
No, I use zero of those things. It's, look, that's a way for people to say, hey, from this start time to end time,
-50, -100, -300, plus
here is a range of
10.
interest, and they treat it almost like us profile people or different value-based people treat a value area high and low. Okay. In my
Not the best
opinion,
look,
and I
because
don't
in
wanna
this
step on
pump
any
up
toes, there's different ways to
wasn't a
make
lot
money.
of
There's all kinds
buying.
of stuff out there. In my opinion, a start
500
time and
versus
an end
3000.
time, and then saying the high and low of that is not as powerful. It's not as robust. It's not as I'll leave it at that. As a value area that forms over volume, over time, and you get a distribution, and then you lean on the upper and lower edges of that distribution. So that's why I prefer to lean on value area based things instead of just start time and end time based things. So, everyone from Jim Dalton to whoever would potentially disagree with that. But that's cool. That's fine. Although, I bet if we got Jim Dalton on here and asked him what's more important, the initial balance or the value area, I would assume he would say the value area. So maybe he does agree with me. But anyways, I don't use opening range. Pax uses opening range. You could ask him or ask the Ninja Trader crew how to get the opening range indicator.
All right, so I took a little bit more off on this bounce here because we are starting to hold. So I took more off. I'm down to a 1/4. I'll have my stop at -0.5 R. And if we do push out, then I'll get stopped out on the rest.
The real wealth isn't in the money.
But
It's in the
end up getting
clarity
just a
that
small
comes
fee
after
trade
you've
for
lost
me.
enough times to stop pretending you're smarter than the market.
Thank you, Derek.
We'll see what happens. We're wedging up here now. I think he's in a little bit of a 2-minute wedge as well.
Just a little.
So back to the stop run at the high and the questions in the chat, because it's an interesting sequence to discuss. Yes, absolutely. Offer Sailor. The fact that we ran as
Wow.
far as we did after the
Gold sold off
150-point run, or
all the way
whatnot,
to
as you
minus
say.
1. That's cool.
Absolutely, a pause, a pullback. These type of things are very common and expected.
Oil is ranging. Yes,
That's not what I'm talking about. I was talking about
as well.
there is a very, very short-term precise moment where a market has an area where, just bear with me, it is vulnerable to a stop run. And I know how to recognize that, and it's there. And the market starts with a certain speed of tape to trade into it, and there's delta behind it and aggressive buyers and whatnot. My only point, guys, was that in the past, that used to just lead immediately to the break.
What the
And
fuck?
currently, there are more head fakes around those moments in time.
That's a spike in
where you
activity
think,
for
there's
sure.
the break. It's literally going to happen in the next 5 seconds. And then there's these washouts and drops and trickeration that occurs around those exact sequences. That is what I'm talking about.
Not a lot
Yes,
of
the market
buying
will
on the
pause after a
delta, I would
150
say.
point run or different things like that. That's not what
Like,
I'm talking about.
we're at 0 almost.
Trickeration.
Just need some aggressive selling now. Although we
love
did
that you guys
see
called
it
that
right
out.
here.
That's a
Got
funny
absorbed
term that ended up
instantly.
being used a lot on like college game day and football and stuff. Trickeration. How many likes do we have? Only 399. I'm sorry, we failed you guys. We didn't do better to get more likes. What in the mechanism is that? Thank you, Karina.
All right, update on me. I closed that short NQ. I got long ES on the break of the inside candles here, which is a sort of like a internal entry against the wedge structure. And what I did is I put my stop under that recent higher low, so I can manage my risk against the breakout attempt, right? This breakout candle, I'm managing my risk against that with the stop right under it. And I'm looking to see if we can now push out into 7,018. SPY does have prior week high right above us, so I'm wondering if we can push out to that. I closed the short in NQ. I think the remaining, how many points? It wasn't in a full stop. I closed it as soon as I started crossing back above my entry.
Jeffrey, this is the only time I stream. I'm not really a streamer per se. Most of my time is spent focused on my trading and on my traders who trade for me, not streaming to the public. But Tuesdays are fun. It's cool.
It's because he's with me, guys.
He's with me.
No, you're with me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was quoting you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Yep.
The truth is, no rule about position sizing will save you if your mind remains undisciplined. Every chart, every plan has to come through your own head before it reaches the market. And if that head is full of fear, greed, revenge, or pride, you'll sabotage yourself way before the market has the chance. The real danger isn't the loss itself. It's the reaction, the anger, the impatience, the compulsion to get it back. The greatest risk in speculation isn't the market risk, it's the emotional risk.
We bounced back above the support, the resistance. We had a failed breakdown on the attempt lower. We created a wedge, an acceptance, a consolidation. This was telling us now that there was a clear support from buyers from down here to here and then to here. So I took the directional move higher. I closed the short. It was a profitable short. So I'm financing that with this long. And if this higher high, higher low fails to continue forward or higher, then I will close my long here when this higher low fails. It looks like we might just be in a little bit of a chop consolidation and have no real follow through, which means then eventually we can retrace back into the bottom of the range. So we'll see. Yeah, if we don't push out, then I will close this.
Random question. Christian or chat, anyone here ever gotten into like land navigation?
No, I don't. What is that?
It's like being able to go out with like a map and a compass and navigate around and kind of use those tools and whatnot.
No. I'm in LA. What am I gonna do? I just first of all, if I go out in LA, I'm gonna,
My
something may
Tesla
happen.
takes me there, Merritt.
You don't do those kind of things in LA.
Yeah, that's what Google Maps is for, and what your Tesla is for when you've got power and you've got all the tech working.
Hey Shab, morning. All right,
Shab.
so I closed mine. No follow through, so I just closed it. It's just pretty much flat on the day here.
So once again, going back to this whole like conversation about the stop runs and things, and tying it in with like this last position you had and whatnot.
Oh, that's what you saw?
I have this theory.
GC, -1 touch.
Around a lot of times, if you have a range, if you have an established range, which we had coming into today's session, and you go and you peak and don't sustain on the edges of it, then there's like energy has been released from the market, and there is a lot more room for noise and chop and different things. That's like a little.
If it hasn't been released at the edge,
It has been. Once it's taken out the extremes of the
I
range,
see, okay.
especially on both sides, then you end up with a market where it's subject to a lot more noise than one that is yet to do that. You have, like for example, when we were trading at the lows, and you and I were talking about if this happens.
Oh, we're slicing through +1 like it's butter.
To the highs, right?
yeah.
Well, then once the highs get taken out, now you've taken out the lows and the highs of the established range leading into the session. And
I
now
guess
it's
my only
almost
option is VWAP.
the market
Buy
has kind
if
of
the buyers
released
come
energy
in,
both
but
ways and kind of failed
the
to do
buyers had
anything
a
substantial, and
nice
so now
run
it's open to a lot more like noisy,
earlier.
kind of choppy stuff. It's just a little
And now they are
thing I
not
would observe.
That does happen. And you know where
They're
that happens
doing
the
that
most
anymore.
is at the end of hourly or 4 hour. I don't know if you look at those. I don't think so. At the end of those trends, that typically happens most.
Yeah, I heard you reference that earlier. You were saying like something is a common thing you see at
The market
end
never
before
confirms
the
your
trend or
opinion.
something?
It
I
only
didn't quite
confirms
know
your
what
position.
you
Yeah,
meant by that.
so trend structure along a, you know, the momentum filter that I have found that the market respects is the 9 MA or the 10 MA, you know, whatever people like. But whenever we have a sequence of higher highs, higher lows into it, or lower lows, lower highs, the trend usually is done into the second higher
Minus
high, higher low, or the
700.
third. So usually when we get into the second higher high, then you sort of have, from a trend structure perspective, you have an understanding
So we're
that
plus 2
this is a place
VWAP,
where
almost plus 2, almost
a
VWAP,
lot
almost
of
plus 2,
more choppy
almost
takes place,
VWAP.
because either we're going to see a trend failure,
A
and
little
we're gonna get a
channel.
bigger retracement, and so that it's going to be choppy in that second higher high, higher low, or the chop resolves in a little bit of a higher push,
Wow,
which we've
minus
seen
700
in
plus?
ES, and it can see one
Plus
final high,
500.
but it's usually into that area where we you know, see a trend completion. On this drop, we have, and now it looks like it's just going to be choppy up here.
Yeah, so I just putting a bow on that. Yeah, I have a geocaching.
Oh, we'll try it.
And yeah, I did hear that that's a sport, orienteering, kind of combines.
Might
Like,
regret later.
I used to run cross country, so it's like you're running, you know, running and navigating.
Although we are
Anyways, I
within
just thought it was
developing
cool. I have a
value, and I
really,
just
really,
bought the
really,
plus 1 on the
really
inside.
bad sense of direction. I mean, it is
Not
one
sure
of
if
my worst qualities. I mean, like, I
It's a good
can try
it's
to
a good
drive
thing to
into a
do.
neighborhood and take like a right and
Minus
a left,
300 delta
and I
absorption.
will not be able to drive out of that neighborhood under my own power.
Just need a
I
little
will
follow
not.
through.
It is insane how bad I am. I get lost
Which
in inside buildings if I go in like an office
doesn't
complex
look like I
and have
will
to turn
get.
down like a couple hallways or something. I don't know how to get it out. It's bad. So yes, exactly. Alex is saying don't hunt. Well, guess what? I do hunt, and that's why I happen to be on my desk here. This
A
guy.
lot of selling coming in.
That's why
Not convinced it's
I
gonna
have
go my way.
this guy, and that's why I'm learning to use this guy.
Survival skills with Merit every Tuesday, guys, because he needs them. So he's trying
yes,
to
exactly.
pass it on to you guys.
I think I'm
Listen, I
cooked
grew
on
up
this
in
one.
the streets, so I have a good sense of direction. I had to, or else I'd get beat up in the wrong neighborhood.
I mean, someone is absorbing the selling, but
Chris, from your observations, do 1 hour trends typically
Usually
result the same as the
aggression
prior?
wins.
Yes, all time frames. That's just how the market moves. You know, we start a contraction, we expand, we start higher high, higher low. You see the second higher high, and look, if you go look at the drop in Nasdaq in last week. Here's your breakdown right here, right? This is your range breakdown here, and then you have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, but then we trigger the reversal. And guess what? We're now into the higher high, higher low, higher high. If you go to the hourly here, I bet you I can find the same thing. Here's a consolidation, and then you have a lower low, lower high, lower low, second lower low, second lower high. Guess what? We trigger a reversal. Now it's a what? Higher high one, higher low one, higher high two, higher low two. The trend ends, right? So it's just That's just how the market moves.
If there is no pullback, there is no trade.
Following the trend. That's really what I try and show with all the trade plans that I share with you guys. It's identifying the higher time frame trend structure, where we are, what needs to happen on a lower time frame to tell you, hey, if we're in the first higher high, higher low, right? What needs to happen on a lower time frame, the internal structure, to then tell you, hey, if this happens, then on the higher time frame, we'll break out into the second higher high, and that's what you want to.
Buyers are not existent anymore.
And look at higher high one, higher low one, higher high two.
At least for
That's
now.
what I took in AQ. It ended, right? And now we're chopping around. So when this resolves, we'll have a new uptrend or downtrend, and it'll have the same sequence.
Hey Jude, you're not wrong. He says never knows himself, never be out of town with Merritt. Funny little side story.
Okay, now they're here. The moment I say something, they show up.
It's reached an area of interest. We did release that energy. We did take out yesterday's week high. We took out today's core high. We took out those overnight highs. But we are just kind of holding. So if we continue to hold up here and knock on the door, then probably going to turn into an all-out trend, higher target. Anyways, funny tidbit. You don't want to go out of town with me. That's true. The first time my parents let me go on a road trip, I was considering colleges, and I was considering Georgia, GA, and we had a family friend that was out there, and I was 16, and they let me drive to Athens, Georgia, from where I lived in Alabama. And after what seemed like the trip was taking too long, I pulled over. This was a long time ago, no GPS, blah, blah, blah. I pulled over and I went to a gas station and I asked the guy, I said, where am I? I'm trying to drive to Athens, Georgia. And the guy said, had like a big dip in, he like spit. Son, you're in South Carolina. So, yeah. You don't want to be the wheel on the long trips.
I closed it because it's not driving. There was a burst of buying, no follow through. Cumulative is negative. And it's gonna probably shoot up, but you know.
Good direction by Billy Curry. So that one. Will give you.
Alright, looks like it's just gonna be, we're still holding, guys. ES is still holding above 93, 95 area. So this can still set up a sustainable move higher.
Sustainable.
And Q still holding up here as well.
Yeah, it's holding. We're not seeing anything dramatic. More like the sellers showing up and dominating. Delta's kind of gone. After that
I predefine the risk of every trade.
We saw a little bit of a failed breakout earlier in the long I tried here, but now we're right back up. So it can now have followed through.
MEA, are you talking about an NQ? Let's look at a 15-minute chart. I know how to look at a minute chart. Let's do it.
You look at today's for volume. Which one is it?
Volume.
What setting?
It just depends on the market.
Oh,
For
yeah,
the
so
S&P,
you have
that's
different
3,000 volume.
for different instruments.
Yeah, because different instruments have like, you almost try to normalize the volume per time, right? So a market like the S&P, you might use like 3,000 volume, whereas a market like crude oil that trades less volume per session, you might need to use something like 300 or 100 volume. It depends on the time frame you're trying to look at. So anyways, let's look at why does this platform change the bar with the candle type and everything change? Why would I want my chart to look different if I change?
We have 1,100 over here. We have 487 likes. If you can help out the network, push those likes up. Those are rookie numbers. And then you had a special lesson from Merit today. Survival skills with Merit. That those deserve a like. They're literally saving your life.
Okay, MEA. So here's what I would say on the 15-minute. Keep in mind, I'm not. Yeah, doesn't matter. So we have this range, which I would put here, coming into the sessions. So that's kind of the established boundary. That's why we focus on stop runs here, stop runs there. So what do we think of this other
GC, -1 touch.
Wow. Minus 1500 delta. The selling pressure continues. No aggressive buying to be found. You can see all this selling we've been holding, absorbing.
But let's see where this 15-minute period ends here in the next 8 minutes. Let's see if it's another doji. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 15-minute bars that have hung out at the upper end of this overall range. And that, my friends, is not bearish. Get me out of these time-based charts.
We are finally breaking lower.
Oh, man.
Yeah, failure up here. I mean, ES is really choppy here since for the last 40 minutes.
First get better, then get bigger, then get broader.
RTH VWAP. RTH VWAP.
Thanks for getting those likes up, guys.
Will we get some buyers here?
Chat today has been a pleasure. Appreciate y'all. Great questions, great banter. I've had fun. It's been fun. Setting volume for NQ, there's no answer. It's like, you know, some guy earlier said there's like 20 different moving averages. Well, there's the number of numbers there are is the number of moving averages there are. You can have a whatever number moving average you want. It's the same with a volume chart or a tick chart or time for that matter. You need a chart to fill a job description for you. What do you want that chart to do? You want it to be some type of short-term, lower time frame timing tool that maybe you're reading order flow on? Do you want it to be a higher time frame structural levels? Volume charts can be used for those. You just use bigger numbers for higher time frame structural stuff, lower numbers for shorter term stuff. So I was taught early on to use essentially 3 time frames. You want to have your really high time frame for just key levels, and that's really all it's used for. You have kind of a trading time frame where you identify the trend and various features and price action patterns and things like that. And then you have a lower time frame which you kind of use for entry timing, risk reward enhancement. Perhaps that's order flow or something for you as well. I kind of like that 3. You know, a lot of people did that, right? What you have your triple screen or whatever that like Elder taught. You have 3D swing trading. I forget who wrote that book. That's 3 time frames. That's just what I was taught from reading a bunch of books early on. Hello there.
Yeah, this is done. Not much happening in ES. This is any tighter and it'll go away from the swing. NQ's leading lower than I think this is the move now that I was looking for earlier. We're failing to hold up here. Now I've been pushed back down to the bottom of the range. There you go.
If you look at this from a market profile perspective, it adds just an additional layer of understanding of context, if you will. Well, here's the main time, the main area that this market spent building and trading yesterday. Here's the most time that price spent at a level around 69.87, and so that's why the lower test is right here where you run out of that distribution node, and the test at the upper end is where we ran the stops above that week high. And right now, where are we? We're just back in the meat of yesterday's profile. So it's just simply not interesting. It's not a place where I talk about having edge. I talk about my edge comes from the edges. And where are the 2 places that I trade today? From the lower edge and from the upper edge. I don't have any edge here in the middle of yesterday's profile.
A little bit of buying coming in. Fuck.
I always wait for pullback to initiate a position.
Like, yeah, it's just keeping under phone break.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do I want to engage?
Trump did confirm a change in the Fed chair. Or is he still?
Are you asking me that? You know better than that.
Based on
No,
the
I'm a
price
dummy.
action, do you know
I'm a dummy.
based on the volume chart that you have there, what can you tell me about the economy?
I can tell it's priced in. It's already baked in. Hey, yo. What's up, dudes?
Sitting on gold right now. That's about it. Just looking for this 40 level yesterday, and we got it in like the first 10 minutes. I'll reopen at 6 p.m. New York time. Right back there right now. Find supports here, and index is looking for a little bit deeper of a pullback in the YM. I kind of like the structure of that market. Got some mad gas limits, and I had an ES long earlier today.
I'm sitting short into the exact same spot I was short yesterday afternoon.
Oh, left head.
Upper edge of the range. It's a good location.
The 420 is because, you know, I'm
Just
that
gotta
guy.
find some sellers.
It's a good spot, Nick.
Less.
It is.
Trading
I'm
still
still,
works.
I'm unfortunately sitting full size still because I was trying to get my wares. I get into the stream and get organized, and I missed covering one in this flush. But
Alright,
we'll
boys.
see.
My time is up. I gotta go help Merritt know how to get to his car. I'm back bad with directions.
Enjoy the day, boys.
You guys enjoy your stash. All right, Merritt. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, you find your way back.
Shut up. See
All right,
ya.
Chad.
Good luck, fellas.
I must have missed
Hey, guys.
My chat.
Did Barrett lose his car in a parking lot? Good.
Well, thanks, boys. Chat, Jack, how are we doing?
Sure. I'm in Newland, Texas today, so you guys see different parts of the chart. Might have had some earlier,
They had a pet dragonfly. The dragonfly ran away, but it came back with a story to say.
do some adjustments real quick, guys.
Now we're good. That's the mic.
There we go. I forgot to pull it in front of my face. I take it out when I'm not on this. It's like in my face.
Hmm.
Let's see if they're gonna give me another chance to cover this at the bottom of the opening range. I'm loving this little push, but
Might regret it.
been kind of an interesting session.
Already regretting it. Insta drawdown, not a good look.
Yeah, I mean, if we've just been sitting in a range, really, it's from last time I saw you at the close yesterday. Not breaking too much lower, not breaking higher, right back to where we were yesterday. You know, not a market you want to be holding on too long for. You know, no big runners here, no breaks outside of range, just kind of balancing.
Yeah, that's
cutting
great.
losses
Great
instantly
for me
and
now.
without
I'm gonna
hesitation.
just let it play out. I was able to catch a small long earlier.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if this was an up day, we would have bounced it from RTH VWAP at this point. I can either end it here on a break-even day or wait for something else. Clearly VWAP is not holding. There's an LVN here, approaching it. The spot where buying originated at first is right here at -2. Let's see.
There is a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge.
Gold looked interesting. -2, reclaim, bounce, back up, still positive delta on the day. A lot of buying here. Price went down on weak selling, so looks interesting. Can it still fuck me? Absolutely.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, and I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, maybe I'm lying. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
My edge comes from the edges.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind. Thinking I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, maybe I'm lying. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. If you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer or are you deceived? In what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all. And you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on
GC, -1 touch.
me. Blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Wow.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all.
Bit of a solo up in ES.
Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
And the buy up. It's nice to see.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Keep messing with my TP. As if it matters.
Opportunity is sometimes present. Most often, it isn't.
Come on, one push and I'm out. Not that way, the other way. The other way, bro. Well, isn't it lovely? Okay.
never average down.
Oh shit. This will be my last trade. That gold trade is annoying as fuck. To know a pool of conviction and yeah, emotional damage.
My process is a better trader than I am.
This is definitely a change of character in terms of buying. Buying activated a little bit. There's more of it for sure. Will it be sustained to push the price up? That's the question. There has been an uptick looking at the cumulative delta. There's more buying than selling now. At this time. Is this it? I mean, there's some decent numbers on the delta, but need more than that.
A small position that goes wrong is a scratch, a lesson, an inconvenience. A large position that goes wrong is a disaster. It wiped you out or leaves you go wounded that you cannot fight again. If you cut the loss quickly and without hesitation is because the loss is bearable. If you cannot bring yourself to cut it, it is usually because position is too large.
True. So we're just chopping. As I said, someone just slammed the bids. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Oh. Slamming those beads. Any buyers? Ay, ay, ay. Fucking hell. My risk management software closed it because I was not in profit in 10 minutes. Should I re-enter? I can. I'll re-enter. Still doesn't look too bad, judging by the delta. But it needs to go. It's not going.
My edge comes from the edges.
Holy shit, this is boring. What the fuck just happened?
I am not losing money. I am spending it.
I was quite strong buying. That's a good sign for me, but we need some follow through. My software might kick me out again in 2 minutes. Okay. More buying. Will it equate into any price movement? Okay.
When you can execute a stop without hesitation, you've finally taken emotion out of the process. You've made the transition from participant to professional.
All of this buying was for nothing, or what? Certainly looks like it. Although there's not as much selling as there was buying here. Huh, okay.
The hardest work a trader ever does is learning when not to work.
Ah, fuck this. I'm done. GG. I'm $20 in the red on the day, so it's whatever. It's a waste of time. It's barely moving.